Mr. Fluff Something, and today we're going to be looking at the new 1.19 Minecraft update. This is the latest snapshot. It's not the complete release, but that's okay because it's really cool. Today we have a bunch of new blocks, new structures that I'm 100% gonna die in, and of course the main attraction, the Warden. He didn't even look at me. Here it is, the Warden with no eyes. No wonder he didn't look at me. Wait, he has no eyes. How would he look at me? Whatever. But the Warden is the main attraction because he can sniff and smell you, and he looks around with his ears, meaning that if you make a noise somewhere else, it will detect that and run to it. But here's the weirdest part. These things are summoned by Skulk Shriekers, and these Skulk Shriekers only summon them when they're in the deep dark biome, which we're inside of right now. So it's very specific, and you can only get them to spawn in very specific areas. But here's the thing. If I have Silk Touch, I can essentially mine up the Skulk Shrieker, and I basically have a portable spawner in my inventory. This means that we can move this around and farm it and use it to spawn wardens where we want, and we can use that to our mega advantage. But what is the use to wardens? I mean, they don't drop anything but XP, they're extremely lethal and dangerous, and they just are kind of just pointless. Well, not unless you're thinking about trapping people. As you might have saw in the title of the video, wardens have more health and deal more damage than the Ender Dragon. This is just so dumb to me, but whatever. So rather than having one warden, which is already way stronger than the Ender Dragon, what if we can spawn multiple where we want them to, whenever we want, and make just the most mega trap of all time? That's what I did today. And here it is, the extremely simple spawner. Well, that's not it. If you just jump down here, there's a whole room that I need to show you guys. But basically what's going on here is there's a Skulk Shrieker here, and when it detects noise, it will activate, and a ton of wardens will spawn on these ledges. They will spawn specifically on only this ledge because everything else around it is either not spawnable or is glass. And if you didn't know, wardens aren't able to spawn on glass, so basically, essentially, this is the only spawning platform. So once the warden spawns in onto here, once they move around a little bit, they'll be hit off the edge by that contraption. And they'll fall into an obsidian cage in which they're trapped because they are over 3 blocks tall and they can't get under these 2 blocks. So essentially, we've created a warden cage. And this entire spawner can be activated with a single switch. That's what I love about this. This spawner can be activated with redstone. And like, I know other spawners can with light and stuff, but it's just insane. So if I go over here and I hit the lever, things start to activate. And if I go up here, there's actually a redstone signal, as you can see, pushing against this, and it's turning it on and off every once in a while, which will summon the warden, and eventually it'll spawn onto this platform and be hit off the edge. So if I just wait a little bit, what the heck? That's amazing. The warden spawns in and immediately gets hit off the edge, and it goes all the way down here. Even in its crawling animation out of the ground, it's still crawling out of the ground as it's being pushed down, and it goes all the way down here, and it's ready for you to do whatever the heck you want with it. And the reason why it drops down all the way down there is because the range for this Skulk Shrieker to work is 24 blocks. Nice. So basically, if there's a warden within 24 blocks of the Skulk Shrieker over here, that Skulk Shrieker can't spawn in any more wardens until that thing is gone. And that's why we have the giant drop. Now for the second lever. The reason why we need a second lever is because if we wait too long and there's just pure silence, the wardens that are in this cage will dig back underground. And in order to prevent this is with noise. So as you can see, if I just wait here for a little bit, eventually one of these wardens are gonna dig back underground. Oh my, they're all doing it! Oh my, that's so weird. Oh my gosh. So, they just disappear. So, you saw those wardens just immediately, were just like, I'm gonna head out, and they just left. So, in order to prevent these guys from leaving is by using noise. So, if I just hit this warden stabilizer lever, as you can see, this piston will just go on and off constantly, and this warden is just so angry at it. It's like, what the heck is this noise? And it's just gonna stay here because it's like aggroed on a noise. Basically, sound makes wardens not dig underground. So now you're like, okay, Mr. Fluff Something, now you have all the wardens in a cage where you want them. How are you gonna transport them where you want to make a mega trap? And to that, I respond with flying machines and a bunch of crazy redstone. So basically, in order to get the wardens out of this cage, you need to hit this button. This button basically activates this flying machine, pushing the wardens along here. And while the flying machine is pushing along the wardens, these pistons will retract, causing the wardens to have access to this new area. So the wardens will go over, they'll fall down, and they'll go over here. They'll be hit by these pistons and immediately fly up to the surface. So as you can see, I hit this button, the flying machine goes, these pistons retract, and it's all working. And if I hit it again, it all comes back and everything extends again, and it's ready for more wardens to come in. So in order to have wardens staying with you and not despawn, you need them to be named and you need them to have sound. So this is how you can get your army of wardens using the machine that I just showed you. So first of all, go into this water and just fly up here, and you're in the perfect radius for these wardens to be in distance of you, and also for these wardens up here to spawn in. Next up, with the entire system running and everything spawning in, you need to AFK here for the wardens you want, like that guy. And you might get blindness, don't be worried, it's okay, you're totally safe. After about a minute, you can run over and go down to check out your wardens. So as you can see, I have quite a few wardens, and next up, I just need to name them. Once all these guys are named, I simply hit this button to push them along. They go into the system, and they're put right into the the water capsule. So now your army of wardens is nice and safe, and they're just waiting for you until you're ready for them. Then once everything is retracted and is good, you go back here, you jump all the way up, you AFK back where you were, wardens begin to fall down again, and you can rinse and repeat until you have your mega army. And once you've stored up all the wardens that you need for your mega trap, you simply hit this lever and they fly. I never tested that, that's amazing. They fly all the way up to the surface, and they're ready for your trap. So now that you have a ton of wardens, you're gonna make your trap, and obviously it's gonna be amazing because these things are absolutely destructive, but I'm gonna make a trap just because I want to give you guys an example. But from now on, you're free to go from here. I mean, you can make whatever trap you want. It's not up to me to show you what to do. But I'm gonna make a trap anyway because I think it'll be really cool, so here it is. So you have a hallway that you can just walk through, and all your friends go through it on your SMP, and it's totally safe, and it's always been safe, right? I mean, I can run through it, nothing bad is happening, but there's one little thing that you tweaked. If I just stand here and I decide to go in this exact position and I just jump, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if your friend is gonna make it out of there. So if your friend is just running along this pathway, you could be like, alright, I'll be on the other side. Yeah. And you're gonna drop into a bunch of wardens while you do it. And just to put this trap into perspective, I'm gonna be using the full god armor. There's no way you can get this armor in survival mode, but I'm gonna use it anyway. So if I use this god armor and I quickly just activate the trap, just to show you how deadly it is, if I go into it right now and I try to get out and I'm running around, oh my god, I get like 4 shot. With the god armor, the best armor you can get, with cheats. So I think that sums up today's video. There's absolutely no way you can survive these new traps, and if you somehow do, you are a legend. You belong in the Hall of Fame of Minecraft. Alright, I'll see you guys later. See ya.